Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. This is Ham Javed and you are on my YouTube channel. Today in this video we are going to start our lecture number 2, and in this lecture I will be teaching you how we can recognize each letter, because in the screen you will notice that there are some letters which are joined with one another. So we will practice in this lecture to recognize each letter separately. So those people who did not watch my first lecture, so I will request them to please do not jump on this lecture directly, uh, because if you will not watch my first lecture, you will not be able to understand my this lecture as well. So let's start this second lecture. In the very first lecture, I told you that whenever you saw any straight line, then you should know that that is alif. I'm talking about this letter. This is alif. I will not talk in detail because I have already told you briefly about alif, like what it is sound like. Now moving to the second box, there are two letters joined together. Now the first letter, which you are seeing in orange color, this letter is resembling with lam. In the first lecture we saw the shape of lam. So here this orange letter also seems like lam. So the first letter is lam, and the second letter after lam is the straight line, which is alif. Now moving to the third box, again the first letter which you are seeing in purple color, this shape is also resembling with lam. So the first letter is lam, and the second letter, which is you are seeing in black color, is alif, because it is a straight line. The difference between this box and this box is the position of alif, the position of the straight line. So moving to the fourth box, I told you in very first lecture that whenever you see a boat-like shape and you see a dot below that boat, it means that that shape is ba. And after ba there is a straight line, it means the other letter is alif. So in this box there are two letters. The first one is ba and the second one is alif. As I have already told you that whenever you saw a straight line, then you should know that that is alif. Now I'm giving you another hint. Whenever you see a shape which is resembling to the cross, like here you are seeing a shape which is a cross-like shape, then you should know that two letters are lam and alif. So in the first line we have seen three lam alif with different designs, with different shapes. The first one we saw in the second box, the second one we saw on the third box, and the third one we saw on the fifth box. So till now I have given you two hints. The first one is about alif, the straight line, and the second hint is about the shape which is cross-like shape, and that cross-like shape is lam alif. So moving to the second line, the first box you are seeing here, right here, this is lam. We have already discussed about this shape in our first lecture. Now moving to the next box, as I have already told you, whenever you see a cross-like shape, you should know that that is lam alif, as we have seen in this box. Now moving to the next box, now I want your attention Okay, this letter that you are seeing right here on the third box of second line, there are two letters here. The first one is in orange color and the second one is in purple color. Whenever you see this kind of letter which you are seeing in orange color above ha or jim or ha, whenever you see this kind of letter on jim, ha or ha, then you should know that that orange letter is lam. That orange letter is lam. So here there are two letters. The first one is lam and the second one is ha. It is very easy to recognize the shape of ha, because in the lecture number 1 we have seen the shape of ha, and here it is not very difficult to uh, recall the shape of ha because it is very simple. Now moving to the next box, again we have a cross-like shape, which I have already told you that whenever you see a cross-like shape, then you should know that that shape is lam alif. Now moving to the next box, there are three letters joined together, and I think you can easily recognize these three letters. The first one is ba, because it is a boat-like shape with one dot below. Then after ba we have lam. There is a perfect shape of lam, and the third letter is again ba. So these are three letters: ba, lam, ba. Now moving to the next line, here the first letter in third line is kaf. It is a single letter. We have already discussed about this letter in lecture number 1. So this is kaf. Now in second box, this is also kaf. So whenever you see these two letters in Quran, in Arabic language, then you do not have to confuse. These both letters are kaf. And I have already told you that in my first lecture, I have already told you that if we compare this letter with English alphabet, then it sounds like K. So we will not talk briefly, because if you want to know the sounds of the letters, then you should see my lecture number 1, where I have explained briefly in lecture number 1. So moving to the next box, here there are two letters. The first one is kaf, which is very easy to recognize. As you can see in the black color, the shape is like kaf. And the second one is ba, the boat-like shape with one dot below. Next again we have kaf and ba. So both are kaf, ba. As I have told you that kaf can be written like this and like this. Again, in line number 3, the last box is kaf, and the straight line is very easy to recognize, is alif. So kaf and alif, kaf, alif. Okay, moving to the next line. Once we will complete all the letters, then we will revise each box again, so that you may understand all the letters. Okay, the fourth line, first one box is again kaf, alif. Okay, here if you remove alif in this box, then the shape of purple color letter is kaf. It will become kaf. So there are two letters in this box, and those letters are kaf, alif, kaf, alif. So very easy to recall the shape of calf. Like here, I think you may confuse about the shape of calf because the shape of calf is a bit different in this box. So this is why I told you, if you remove this alif from this from these two letters, then the shape you will have like calf. So this is how you recognize this letter. So there are two letters in this box which are kaf, alif. Moving to the next box. This is also a very easy shape. There are three letters in this box. The first one is ba, kaf, ta. The first one is ba, which is boat like shape with one dot below. That is ba. Then we have a shape like kaf, like this one. And then we have ta. Ta, I have already told you in lecture number 1 that whenever you saw a boat like shape with two dots above, then it sounds like ta. So there are three letters in this box: ba, kaf, ta. Now, moving to the next box, we have ta, kaf, sa. I have already told you in lecture number 1, like whenever you saw three dots above a boat like shape, then it sounds like sa. So there are three letters in this box which are ta, kaf, sa. Ta, kaf, sa. The second, the next box is ba. This is ta, a shape like boat with two dots above. Then a shape like boat with three dots above, which and it makes it sa. Sa. This one is ba. This one is ta, and this one is sa. Ba, ta, sa. Okay, moving to the next box. Here we have again single letter, which we already have discussed in lecture number 1, and this letter is noon. 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 And the next box is ya. 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 We have already discussed the sounds of these letters in lecture number 1. I am again repeating. Those who have missed my lecture number 1, they can watch it again, or they can watch it so that they may understand the shapes and sounds of the letters. Moving to the next box. Here there are two letters in this box. The first one is ba and the second one is alif, and we have repeated it many times. I think you also have understood the shape of ba and alif. Now here we have again two shapes. The first one is noon, because a circle shape with one dot in between and the straight line is alif. So first one is noon and the second one is alif. Here we have again two dots above boat like shape, and when we have two dots above boat like shape, it sounds like ta. So here we have two letters, ta, alif. Ta, alif. Okay, here we have two letters here, a boat like shape with two dots below. Now you must be thinking that there were not any single letter in Arabic that we discussed in lecture number 1 with two dots below. So you must be wondering which letter is it. So this is ya, because ya has two dots below. So it makes ya. Ya, alif. Ya, alif. So you do not have to confuse in this. Whenever you see two dots above, two dots below boat like shape, it makes ya, ya. Moving to the next box, we have sa, alif, sa, alif, sa, alif. Moving to the next box, we have ba, sin, ba, sin. Then we have two dots below boat like shape, and like I have just mentioned here, like here, there are two dots below boat like shape, and it makes ya, ya sound. So here again, there are two dots below boat like shape, and the second one is sin. So there are two letters in this box, and those letters are ya, sin, ya, sin. Now here on the last line, first one box, the one dot is, like we have already discussed, that there's one dot in circle like shape, and that shape is noon, and the second letter is sin. Noon, sin, noon, sin. Now here we have two dots above, and we have, like when we see two dots above boat like shape, the sound is ta, 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 sin, ta, sin, ta, sin. Next box we have sa, sin, sa, sin. Now here you might confuse, because you must be wondering that sheen also have three letters. So why we are pronouncing it sa? Because the shape here we are seeing, the shape is not like sheen. The shape is not like sheen. This is why we are pronouncing it sa. Like there is a difference between the shape of sa and the shape of sheen. So here the shape here we have is sa, and the second one letter is sin. Sa, sin. Here again we have sa, jim, sa, jim. Okay, now you should know that, like I have told you a bit earlier, that in second line, in third box, I have already told you about the shape, about like you are seeing here in orange color. There was no dot above or no dot below that shape, so we called it lam. But here we have same shape, but there are three dots above. So those three dots are making it sound like sa. If there would be no dots, then we would pronounce it lam. But now here we have three dots here, so we will now pronounce it sa. Sa, jim, sa, jim, sa, jim. Now moving to the next letter, this is also a very classic example here. Here we have two dots here. Same shape, but two dots. So we have two dots in which shape? Ta, ta. So here it sounds like ta, ha. There are two letters in it, and those letters are ta, ha, ta, ha. Now I think you should practice these joint letters again and again, so that we may move forward and we can move to our lecture number 3. But before moving to the lecture number 3, you should repeat this lecture again and again, and revise these letters in your mind so that your basics would be more stronger. Before uh, Until your basics are not strong, you cannot read the verses of Holy Quran, or you will not be able to uh, recognize the letters in joint words or in joint letters. So here now we are going to revise each box again so that things will uh, come in right way in your mind. Let me erase it. Okay, now on the very first line that I have already given you a hint about the straight line, and that straight line is always alif. The straight line is always alif. Now moving to the next box, which is lam alif. Lam alif. Again we have lam alif. Lam alif. Okay, uh, the third one box is lam alif. Lam alif. Next ba alif. Ba alif. The second hint that I told you about is the cross-like shape. Whenever you see cross-like shape, then you should know that that shape is lam alif. This is a shape of simple lam. Again we have cross-like shape, which is lam alif. Then we have lam ha. Now here the orange letter is lam because there is not a single dot above, or there are not any dots, so we will pronounce it lam. So this is lam ha. Lam ha. Then again we have cross-like shape, which is lam alif. Then three letters joined together, which are ba, lam, ba. Then we have kaf, again the second shape of kaf. Then we have kaf, ba, again kaf, ba. Then we had kaf, alif. Here we have kaf, alif. So the next box is ba, kaf, ta. Ba, kaf, ta. Then we have ta, kaf, sa. Ta, kaf, sa. Then we had simple letter, which was ba. Then ta, sa, noon, ya, ba alif, noon alif, ta alif, ya alif, sa alif, ba sin, ya sin. Here we have two dots below a round shape, which is making it ya, yasin. Then we have noon sin, then tasin, sasin. Here I am again telling you the shape in the black color is sa. It's not sheen, because sheen and sa, there are weight difference between the shape of sa and sheen. Now here we have sajim. Then in last box we have taha. Taha. I hope this lecture will help you a lot, and I will request you to repeat this lecture again and again. Watch this lecture again and again to make your basic strong. So we will meet on in the next lecture.